Hello, welcome to Bonniehoodfarms and Agro Consult. We are snail experts specialized in soilless snail farming, and today I want to give you a massive topic that will be very useful for your snail farming purpose. So many farmers are not aware of the importance of snail sorting, and sorting of snails is one of the most important things you will have to do as a snail farmer to curtail snail mortality. And in this video, I will take my time to highlight three basic importance you are going to experience in your snail farm when you properly sort your snails as expected. And I will also discuss on the disadvantages of these non-sorting of snails. So snail sorting is the process of selecting snails of different sizes or of different species and putting them in the same category. Some of the challenges you face in your snail farm is as a result of your inability to sort your snails properly, because sorting your snails can help you curtail a lot of challenges in your snail farm. So watching this video till the end will give you a basic key in maintaining your snail farm and having very successful outcomes. So sorting your snails could be in different categories. First, you can sort your snails by sizes. 2, you can sort your snails by species. 3, you can sort your snails by health condition. Sorting your snails by sizes. Alright, it is very important that you sort your snails by sizes, in the sense that you always check your pen. If you see sizes of snails that are uneven, that you have some big ones and then some small ones inside, always ensure that your pen contains similar sizes of snail. If you have been following us, you will discover that if any pen you see, from our videos, they are either having hatchlings, having growers, having point of lay, or having table sizes. In fact, we do this naturally. It's become part of us that we sort our snails because we know the advantage of sorting of snails. Now, one of the challenges you can have if you don't put the right sizes in the same place is that the bigger ones are going to prey on the small snails. Okay, sometimes too, when there are weak big snails, the small ones can also eat up the flesh. It's very common. And then the issue of disadvantage in feeding. So some will starve. Why? Because some will come and cover up the whole food, and then it will be an issue. So you have to make sure that there is no oppression. They're of the same weight, of the same size, and then they do everything perfectly. And then it will also help you to study their growth rate, and then do your analysis if they are growing well or they are not growing well. But if you are different sizes, you won't know which is growing and which is not growing. But if you have the same sizes, at some point you will discover that, oh wow, these are of the same size, but what happened to this one? This one has been like this, and this one had grown this one so much. In that way, you're able to know that this snail is not growing, and then you'll be able to pick those particular ones that are of low value and then possibly put them in a different place and improve on your management on them, and then you see different results. So sorting snails on sizes is key. Growers have to be in their place, hatchlings have to be in their place, point of lay breeders have to be in their places, table sizes, if you have jumbo snails, they have to be in their places. By doing so, you are helping improving the results of your snail farm. The second factor is sorting snails by species. It is a known fact, and I don't even need to overemphasize on this. You know that snails of the same species are preferable to be in the same pen, okay, or in the same greenhouse. Okay, if you're having AMS snail, that is Achatina marginata saturalis, or you're having AMO, which is the ovum, or you're having the Achatina the AA, and either the fulica or whatever, each of these snails, it is expected that they are having their own specific pens. Okay, in this way they will have a better relationship, because they have the same or similar habits of eating, similar habits of activities. In that way, it helps them to understand the environment better, and then they do better. Disadvantages of not putting the same species in the same pen is that sometimes this environment you keep for this snail is not the same environment that makes the other one thrive. All right, just like when you have the ovum snail and the fulica together, the fulica is expected to do better in almost any environment, okay, especially if the weather is not extreme. It's going expected to do better, far better than the saturalis or the ovum or even the AA. Snail specifics, that's what I mean. Each snail should have a preferred temperature, a preferred environment for them to do well. So it's even easier for you to even study the snails, and you'll be able to understand what environment, what temperature, what food type is this breed good at, but there are some certain foods this species A will eat while species B may not be too comfortable of eating. So if you separate them, you are invariably making all of them to have the best of their existence in their respective pens. Another factor is when you separate your snails. If you separate your snails by species, it encourages mating, encourages egg laying, encourages growth, and helps them to do better. Alright, so the next factor is sorting snails by health condition. Alright, so let's assume you have a saturalis snail in a certain pen, you have ovum in another one, you have fulica in another one, and then you now open the pen and you discover you have the same sizes, you have the same species, but you discover that some are weak, some are not strong, some looks pale, some looks sluggish, some are not responding quickly, responding to stimuli. And so when you notice that some are weak and some are not looking good, the first thing you do is to quickly isolate those snails that are weak and not looking strong and not looking active. Okay, so that is another way of sorting. So you pick those ones and put them in a separate pen. All right, and in this way you are giving them the chance to recover. Sometimes the activities of the several snails inside could also make worse the health conditions of other snails. Okay, so like a snail that is sick and could hardly walk, you see other snails mounting on it, even when it want to go eat, you see the crowd is there and it gets it difficult for that snail to eat and all that. So at that general place, it makes things difficult for that snail that is also sick. But when you separate it and you put food and there are just few there, you discover that all of them can be able to have a space to get food to eat. Okay, so that will help the snail to recover fast, and eventually you may have to return it back to the main pen. All right, so sorting snails by health condition is also a very good way where you can have or maintain a good snail farm. So sorting your snails is a very important practice in snail farming that come with loads of advantages. So I'll be discussing 3 major advantages of snail sorting. There are a lot of advantages, but I'll be talking about 3 in this video, and they are as follows. Please, if this is your first time coming across our channel, kindly subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, click the notification bell so you will be notified whenever we upload useful videos like this. And if you're interested in snail farming, kindly do well to contact us so we can help you start out in this beautiful journey. So the number one advantage of snail sorting is better feeding and increased growth. If snails are sorted properly, it ensures they compete equally for food and resources, which can lead to more efficient growth rates. Larger snails can dominate feeding, leading to stunted growth in smaller snails. So once they are properly sorted and their feeding is efficient, it means that they will grow equally, evenly, and give you eggs randomly. But if they are not properly sorted, you will have where some are laying, some are not laying, okay? Because some may reach maturity faster while the others are not. So in this way, you may have issues, especially when you want to sell. You sell and then they complain, well, I have 2 eggs and since then I've not had any eggs. All those cases not be there once they are properly sorted, because they have the same sizes, they have the same age group, and then they do follow up their growth rate with others, and then their maturity as well. So the number 2 advantage of snail sorting is that sorting snails can assist in selecting traits for breeding. For example, larger snails may be selected for breeding purposes to enhance size in future generations. So just as we know, large snail eggs produces larger babies that eventually turn out to be the faster growing babies, which are usually selected for breeding purposes. Most of you are not aware, and the snails are there, you just put them and then you watch them grow and all that. No. Now, one thing is that when you sort snails of the same sizes and you observe them from time to time, you discover that with time you discover that some are growing so faster than others. Okay, so if you want the next generation of snails to do better, what you do is you go for those ones that grow better. Okay, you can resort them and put them in a different pen. You are saving them for breeding. So the next generation, when they mature and start laying, you will discover that their babies will eventually grow faster, because they will give birth their same kind of babies, and eventually you have a very good stock from your farm. This is the reason why most of the time we recommend that you buy snails from farmers, because farmers who understand what they do, who understand that snail farming is a business and thus the results should be there, they know what they do. So after proper sorting, they know which snails do better, and then they pick those snails, they save them in a different place, and then they raise them properly, use them as breeding stock. So when you get them, you will discover that they will do better and grow to give you more better results. So because they grow faster and bigger, we believe that using them as breeding stock is key in producing healthier, bigger and faster growing snails for the next generation of breeding snails. This is the reason why sometimes you may have saturalis snail, the other person will have saturalis snail, but your own grows faster than the other one, and they begin to ask, but we are using the same snails, why is it that my own matures at 12 months, your own matures at 11 months, 10 months? These are some of the factors. Okay, these are some of the factors. So it's not all the snails you pick for breeding purposes. So sorting is key if you want to make good progress in your snail farm. Please be keen to details. So the next advantage of sorting snails is that it minimizes cannibalism. Cannibalism is a process where a snail eats up the other. Okay, it's quite common in snail farming, also in some other livestock farming, where one or more snails gather one and then makes it the prey and eats from it. Okay, it does happen in snail farming too. So in some species, larger snails may prey on smaller ones. By sorting snails into similar sizes, the risk of cannibalism can be reduced, which is important for maintaining healthy populations. In summary, sorting snails into similar sizes, into different breeds, and into their health situations can enhance marketability, improve the snail growth, and general health management of your farm and of your business. So if you were able to learn some valuable tips on this video, you can encourage us by subscribing, liking, sharing the video, click the notification bell, so you will be notified whenever we upload useful videos like this, as we are going to be dropping more valuable information for your learning purposes. Thank you for watching, and God bless you.